Her voice sliced through my phone, sharp as static, each word a deliberate wound. "I'm divorcing you. I sold the business. I'm starting over with him." Then she laughed, a bright, cruel sound that shimmered with her newfound freedom. I stood in Mike's garage, a warm beer sweating in my hand, the chatter of friends fading as her words razed 15 years of our life to ash. Something inside me didn't break. It clicked, a lock sliding into place, cold and final. My heart pounded, but my voice stayed steady. "Good for you," I said, calm, almost tender, a shield she couldn't pierce. No one noticed the shift in me, the seismic crack beneath my ribs. I lingered an hour, tossing out jokes that landed lightly, then drove home, the night air a cold balm against my skin. When I pushed open the front door, she stood there, poised in tailored armor, arms crossed, her lips curled in that cocky smile she'd always worn when she thought she'd won. The air carried her perfume, sharp and familiar, a ghost of better days. But her eyes flickered, catching the void where our life had been. The safe, the deeds, the hard drives gone. My silence hadn't been surrender. It was strategy. She'd always teased I was too quiet for my own good, mistaking restraint for weakness. I let her believe it, my jaw tight as I met her gaze, her triumph faltering. I met her when I was nothing but ambition, my fingers flying over a laptop in a cramped apartment, coding a logistics algorithm she dubbed my pipe dream. Her laughter, sharp and teasing, filled the room until the first check arrived, 6 figures, crisp and undeniable. Her eyes widened, and she smiled, rewriting history with a nod, as if she'd always believed. I made her my partner, signing over 40%, crowning her co-founder. She dazzled clients with her charm, her voice a melody in boardrooms, while I built in the shadows, my silence her stage. By our second anniversary, we'd banked $1 million. The lake house followed, its windows catching the sunset, framing our newborn daughter Lily's first cries, a life that gleamed like a polished photograph. But the silence she once called steady turned hollow. I noticed it first in her pauses, hesitations before answering simple questions, her laughter on speakerphone too bright, too forced. Late at night, I'd see her thumbs flicking across her phone, messages deleted before I could glance over. "Business meetings," she'd say, her eyes avoiding mine, insisting she go alone. Passwords changed. Birthdays slipped her mind. Her phone became a vault, guarded like a ticking secret. I didn't confront her. I watched, each lie a thread I tucked away, unraveling the truth she thought she'd hidden. Her ambition, once a spark we shared, had twisted into a hunger for something shinier, a life where I was just a stepping stone. She didn't just want to leave, she wanted to gut me on her way out. I didn't scream or plead. I moved with a surgeon's precision. 3 years earlier, I'd formed a shell company, a quiet safeguard she'd never noticed. She hadn't read the IP agreement, too bored, too busy charming her way through boardrooms. In the silence of late nights, I rewrote the server architecture, rerouted contracts, shifted capital, all legal, all unseen. By the time she sold the business to her lover, a man chasing her glamour and the promise of quick profit, there was nothing left but a hollow brand and broken code. She pocketed $40,000 and a lawsuit. He got a cease and desist and vanished when the illusion collapsed. I reclaimed the company and full custody of Lily. The divorce papers landed at her new apartment, a sterile box of a place she'd chosen over us. In the lawyer's office, I sat across from her, the mahogany table a cold divide. Without her heels, she seemed diminished, her anger fraying into confusion. "You transferred everything behind my back," she hissed, her voice sharp but trembling. I met her gaze, steady. "No. You signed it away when you stopped reading." Her eyes narrowed, a flash of defiance. "You tricked me." I leaned forward, my voice low, a blade honed by months of silent planning. "You thought I'd be too broken to think. That was your mistake." Her face crumpled, tears spilling. Not for me, not for Lily, but for the empire she'd gambled away. I sold our old apartment the day after custody was finalized, closing a door I'd already locked. I bought a modest house near Lily's school, its quiet rooms a sanctuary shaped by my hands. Her car was repossessed when the shared business credit line collapsed, her attempt to use my name for a refinance cut down by my lawyer's swift hand. Her lover, lured by her promises of wealth, left when the truth unraveled. A foundation built on betrayal never holds. She came to me once, not with grand gestures, but with a stranger's knock on my door. Her eyes, glassy with regret, searched mine. "I miss her," she whispered, her voice breaking on Lily's name. I stood still, the ache of her betrayal a dull pulse. "You had her," I said. "You chose something else." She glanced around, her gaze catching the unfamiliar warmth of a life she'd discarded, a tricycle on the lawn, Lily's drawings on the fridge. "She asks about you," I added softer now. "Sometimes I tell her you're figuring yourself out." Her hand reached for mine, trembling, but I didn't move. She pulled away, the weight of her choices a shadow she couldn't outrun. The last I heard, she'd fled the state, chasing a sales job, still running from the silence she could never endure. Each morning, I drive Lily to school, her chatter a bright thread weaving through the quiet car, stories of recess battles or questions about the moon. At breakfast, I watch her small hands smear jam on toast, her brow furrowing as I explain contracts. "Every signature's a promise, kiddo. Make sure it's yours to give." She nods, her eyes sharp like mine, already tracing the world's hidden lines. One night, on the porch swing, she tugs my sleeve. "Will Mom come back?" Her voice is small, a crack in my armor. I swallow the ache. "She's finding her own way, Lily. But we're enough." She leans into me, her warmth a steady pulse, and I vow she'll never trade her worth for a careless pen. At night, the house hums with stillness, and I sit in its embrace. The silence doesn't haunt me. It never did. It's where I forged everything, where clarity blooms. Sometimes, I hear her laugh from that phone call, cocky, careless, a ghost of triumph. It echoes faintly now, a sound I've outlived. I don't need revenge stories. I lived mine, raising the stakes without raising my voice. Now, as Lily grows, her sharp mind absorbing the lessons I share, the past's weight lifts. The company thrives, rebuilt from betrayal's ashes, its scars a testament to resilience. Each day is a step forward, grounded in the quiet strength that carried me through. Silence isn't empty. It's where battles are won, where trust is earned, where a father and daughter write a new story. The past is a shadow, but we walk in the light, unburdened, whole.